Hey everybody, it's Rob from Flailthroughs. This is Gundam Battle Operation 2, and this is a guest video from Demolition Hound in the newly buffed Full Armor Gundam Mark III. They really did quite a bit to this. It has, they upped the damage of a lot of its weapons. They gave it a higher boost speed. They gave it resist move, depending on the level of Full Armor Mark III demos running. It will have either level 1, which just basically lets you get out of the way of a stunning attack, or level 2, which lets you, which actually reduces the damage you take while you're rolling. You know, it's dodge resist move is dodge roll for supports. Basically, it's dodge roll with the certainty of no iframes, which, just depending on your connection, you may not notice too much of a difference, or you might. Who knows? But yeah, on top of all that, yeah, like I said, they on top of the like basic movement things, they did improve the damage of a lot of weapons, the cooldown of a lot of weapons, and just generally gave it a nice overhaul. It has the overload skill, which when you activate, you can basically use your weapons, your heat-based beam weapons, pretty much infinitely for the duration of it. You say, hope I'm remembering the right skill. Who even knows? But yeah, they changed at least one of the weapons to have faster cooldowns while overload is active, so that you can take best possible advantage of having it, and put out as much damage as possible. Some really good long distance shots there that demo took out at least a couple of things. Somebody has really been laying into the Allied base already, so not sure. I haven't seen what probably did that, but there's a couple of things that could do that quickly. But yeah, so far good lead. Pretty much demo and probably one other person, maybe two aside. Demo's team seems to have done pretty well with the first first wipe. They seem to have come out on top of that, and now just this may be may even things up a little bit, because now they're pretty much on defense with a bunch of their teammates on low health, while the enemy team did coordinate their respawn, which that is always a good idea if you can do it. Coordinate your respawns, stick together, try to shoot the same things without tripping over each other. That kind of stuff. But yeah, a demo is the last one up here, so it's gonna be rocky here. I don't think there's a way out of this corner, and somebody is about to demolish the base. Wow. Yeah, so this one's gonna have quite a bit of back and forth, I think. But yeah, if somebody lands like a couple more shots on the base, that'll be it. I think. I'm not sure. Not sure if that tie-dye Fafnir was an ally or an enemy, but that is something that could do a number on the base just by flying into it nose first and dumping all the missiles into it. That's pretty. Seems to be pretty much the go-to base attack move for double Zetas anymore too. So, and since this is a 650 room, there could definitely be double Zetas afoot. Yeah, the base is about to go. Pretty certain of that. Let's see, good shot there by Demo, and yep, good damage. Here comes somebody around the corner, and yeah, like I said, they don't need to do much to deal with the base. So they do have to. They did have to deal with Demo first, though, and they didn't. So there you go. Yeah, Allied team is bringing the score back around to an even place, but yeah, just that base is going to be a problem. Somebody's going to throw that one missile or beam shot or whatever, and that'll be it. And that's going to be 3,300 points for the enemy team. If it happens past the 2-minute mark, it will be even more. Honestly, at this point in the round, I think I would just, if I were the Allied team, I might be tempted to just retreat to the base and let them take it before the bonus cuts in. But yeah, just like I said, somebody's going to get that. Just given the fact that nobody seems to be after it yet, I think they might have had they might have somebody who is planning on waiting for that increased bonus to finish it off. Which, yeah, that would be the smart move. But all that said, yeah, just tremendous damage out of the full armor Mark III. Looks good. I'm gonna have to give that a try. Yeah, a lot of people low health here. Yeah, Allied team has taken a very slight lead, but there's only 2 people left up. Yeah, Demo had like no health, so yeah. Now, are they going to wait the extra 20 seconds to get the extra points for the base, or are they just going to go for it while it's not defended? Either way, the enemy team does have a lead at the moment, but yeah, I'm just kind of curious to see if somebody is waiting for that. I strongly suspect they are. Again, if I were the enemy team and I saw that bar on the thing, yeah, now the base is worth 3,900 points instead of 33, and here comes the Fafnir. Yep, to finish it off. And yep, that was the move, and yeah, unfortunately, with a minute and a half to make back this many points, I don't know if they're going to be able to make it, but yeah, definitely a very intelligent base strategy from the enemy team's side to just leave, see they were that close to having it and leave it until they could get the most out of it. That said, yeah, it will not be for lack of trying if Demo's team loses here, because they are, Demo in particular, again, putting out an awful lot of damage with this, and it's, yeah, I'm going to have to give this a try. It looks good. I am just behind on so many different buffed suits to try, but man, I'm running this. I was gonna try and get a request up for today, but I spent a good 2 hours in like the perfect queue for it. I ran a lot of rounds, didn't get anything I quite liked enough. And let me tell you, just, it is always a good idea to put extra stipulations on yourself when you're creating something to fit the theme that the person who asked you for it never asked for, because that, just like you feel like it's appropriate for it. When you're always running behind on these things, this is what we in the field would call a genius move. But I'm probably going to give it 1 or 2 more tries, under perfect circumstances, and then just get a really good round under more ordinary circumstances if I can't. But yeah, they managed to pull it back pretty well. Did not quite make it to the win, but they got close. I hate to say it, but this might have been a good round for a base bomb, honestly. But Demo did great. 7,500, 186,000 damage, 10 and 3. Yeah, that was really good. That is going to do it for today's Gundam Battle Operation 2. We will be back soon with more. Till next time, everybody take care and have fun. Later. Okay, so what they did to this, at level 1, it got an extra 1,000 hit points, went from 20,000 to 21K. Gave it 15 points boost speed, went from 185 to 200. Gave it an extra slot in each of the 3 locations at level 1, went from close range went from 11 to 12, mid range 15 to 16, long range 22 to 23. They gave it immobile fire system, so all of its stopped fire weapons, I think, got a little bit stronger, and it made it a little bit harder to stun out of firing them. Resist move level 1 went to the 600 full armor Mark III, and the 650, which I'm pretty sure is what we were seeing, got resist move level 2, which means its dodge roll does give it 50% damage reduction, I believe. Let's see, the beam rifle, the reload time, the main beam rifle, that is, the reload time got shortened from 16 seconds to 12. And at level 2, it got an extra 100 points of attack power per shot, went from 2,500 to 26. The armor beam cannons, which I I'm not sure if those are the shoulder cannons or the beam knees. I think it's the beam knees. Cooldown time between shots went from 8 tenths of a second to half a second, so a little bit faster. Charge time got shortened from 3 seconds to 2.5. It takes less heat to fire uncharged, went from 30% to 25%. And it got an extra 60 points of power per shot uncharged at level 2, went from 400 to 460. The charged shot also got reduced heat. The hyper beam cannons, which I think are going to be the backpack cannons, overheat on those shortened from 15 seconds to 11. They got 50 extra power, went from 1400 to 1450 at level 2. And cooldown time between shots was reduced when overload is active. Yeah, so those become even more dangerous when overload is going. The swap time to the beam rifle's grenade launcher was shortened, and they gave it an extra 200 points of power at level 2. Went from 1600 to 18. Let's see. Yeah, so like I said, just really serious overhaul. I don't know that there's much on this that was not touched in some way. Just like walk speed's the same, and if it has Vulcans, they're not on the list. So yeah, that's about it. But from the stats they give, it did need it. The average for win rate for supports at 600, 50.3%. Full Armor Mark III was at 45.4. Rival win rate was down about 6%, 50.7 the average, 44.8 what it was getting. About 14,000 off the average damage dealt. 93k is the average for 600 supports. It was doing 79. It was only up a little bit on MS losses, 1/10 of a mobile suit. For 3.2 is the average, 3.3 is what it had. But yeah, as is frequently the case with higher level suits, all those numbers all those comparisons just looked worse at the next cost up. Average win rate for supports at 650 is 51.3%, and the Full Armor Mark III went down to 45.1. The rival win rate was way lower at 37.3. Yeah, and the support type average is at the same 51%, 51.5%. Very similar to the win rate. Damage actually went down to 78,000, and yeah, the average damage dealt for support at 650 is 99,000. So yeah, that is the buffed version demo is doing twice the average for one, and the average damage dealt for both pretty close. So yeah, 78,000 damage was what the Full Armor Mark III was doing at level 2 on average, and the average for across support's 99k. So yeah, it was over 20,000 points down on damage. Lastly, MS losses average for supports is still 3.2 at 650, and it was up to 3.5. So yeah, just an awful lot of things. Higher levels of suits really seem to need the most help. I think that's probably why we get so many parts that affect higher levels of suits more. But yeah, of course, a lot of overtuned things don't really kick in with their best effects until level 3 or 4. So that's kind of tricky.